Hey there, everybody. It's day 31. Donald Trump, you are fired. uh, well, we're almost a third of the way there. Whew. I'll be glad when all this heat hopefully starts to subside a little bit. I think we get a little break from it in this region this week. Hopefully. I think that the weather people are also just kind of like, I kind of wish just on like April Fool's Day, they would just be like, good luck, we have no idea. Maybe not if there's like bad storms forecast, that wouldn't be good, but for the sake of maintaining healthy perspective. This is a joyous day. I was not feeling well. I had a really bad headache in the afternoon and I had to rest after work. But I love giving. I love it. I love it so much. And it's always kind of like this kind of challenge of selflessness in action is like doing something for someone and really just doing it because it feels good to give and not expecting anything in return is a nice thing, a nice exercise. I enjoy it. But I woke up after my nap and I've just, man, I just feeling the sorrow in the world so much right now. I mean, I'm not making this up or blowing smoke up anybody's, well, you know what I mean. Saying that, it's very hard. It's very, very difficult to face this. But, there's kindness everywhere. There's goodness everywhere. We don't really have to look that far to find it. It's just that it seems like all this darkness is spreading. I mean, I don't think it'll be that surprising to many of us if we wake up tomorrow and there's some story that breaks that, oh, well, Senator McConnell passed away last night. Well, all of us will be like, no, he effing did not. I just don't understand what could they possibly be offering you? If you worked in his office, say, what could they be offering you or threatening you with that you're such a fool that you don't understand that you're stepping on the head of a drowning nation by being complicit in that. And now we hear news surfacing that, well, wah, 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 all these tariffs are just now being turned around and, rebates are being given to the billion-dollar corporations again. Like, it was all a scam. Took money from the working people who were just getting by and giving it to the people who have yachts. Like multiple yachts. We have elected cowards into our government, and I think part of what I am feeling sorrowful today is I asked the AI to give me a rundown of what it would actually take to convene an Article 5 convention, a convention of states, to propose constitutional amendments. This has never happened in U.S. history. And I now know why. It would take a miracle, a bloody miracle, to pull this off, because we would have 34 states. I mean, we have so little trust left. We would have to have state legislatures help with this. It would take the most massive political movement in U.S. history to get this to actually happen. And then you can imagine that Congress would freak out. This Congress would freak out and would try everything they could possibly think of to make this harder. But if eventually amendments were proposed and then ratified, it would become part of the Constitution. We could impose term limits. And as soon as it got ratified, that's where Congress would get in the way, I think. They would say, we can't trust these counts. We'd have to have some very reliable system that was reinstilled with public trust. There'd be no debating it. we'd need some serious transparency, and we'd need help at the state level. And the proposals would have to be laser focused. It couldn't be broad. We probably just need to do it one at a time. Start with like term limits and like outlawing lobbying. Like just maybe 2 would be a stretch even. Like the fact that there is money in politics, I think, is a death knell for this country. It's like the beginning of a swan song, because you see what's happening now. So anyway, I am going to go back and touch up on the last couple of videos. A couple of them I didn't really do timestamps. I just called it like day 30 discourse. But last night was really cool. I revisited with Star Wars. Yeah, with the first Star Wars. It's a very, very important part of the first Star Wars film, starting at 1 hour. If you go revisit that film, just go fast forward to 1 hour exactly and watch for 3 minutes, or really 2 minutes and 45 seconds, but watch for 3 minutes. It's an extremely profound and beautiful and important thing that they got on film. Tonight I really do want to keep this brief, because I'm very tired and I have other things that I need to do. This is at 6.5 minutes. So I thought we would just do a sonnet, and we'll do a sound bowl tonight. And hopefully there will not be some incredibly obviously corrupt revelation about where in the ether has Mitch McConnell gone. Which direction did his express elevator out of this reality take him? I think. I don't know. For the record, I think he is the single worst politician that has ever been produced in the history of this country. And if it were not for him, pretty much single-handedly, I think that Trump wouldn't be president right now. If you weren't maybe very young 5 years ago, or you weren't paying attention 5 years ago, that if my memory serves, it was McConnell largely due to his efforts that the impeachment situation the first time when they impeached him got deep sixed. And to whatever extent that's true, if someone would try to say to me like, well, that's not totally true, it's true to some extent. I'm not making it up. I'm not confabulating my memories here. I remember being outraged at that man, and how he's got pictures of him, them calling him a Sith Lord. He's just like, or Cocaine Mitch, or how he wrote a memoir, The Long Game, it was called. Dude, this isn't a game. You've obviously lost your mind somewhere along the way as your state's economy has stagnated and you've enriched yourself. It's people's lives. It's people's lives, And all he could ever seem to talk about was, well, the Democrats, the Democrats, the Democrats, wow, 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 wow. Ugh. Okay, enough of that awful, awful stuff. I really have written 127 of these, and so I if you ever do anything like that, it's interesting. So it's like I'll revisit with them. I was looking for one to read tonight, and it's like, oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah, that one. Like I forget that I've written this. I changed a couple of words in this one, but I keep my drafts, because I like to remember how old they are. Not all of them I wrote down, and I'll tag them when I write them down. This is the date. I can go back in journals where they are handwritten first time and see dates around that and surmise generally when they were written. But I started keeping drafts. I'll do like Iron Man did his suits Mark 1. I started doing Mark 1 on sonnets, and so this is Sonnet 71 Mark 8. And Mark 7 until today, I I updated it a little bit, I think. Or no, maybe I didn't change the draft in this one. Sometimes if I don't make a significant enough change, I'll just save it. But I like this one. I haven't read this one in a long time, and I dug back down into older versions, and I changed the numbers, all of them at some point, because I had gaps. I had not counted correctly. So that's why they're numbered now through, well, the one I just started is 151, but I have 23 that aren't finished, so I've completed 127 of them. But this one I think was started in 2015, which makes sense. I remember a little bit back then having to do with this, but anyway. Sonnet 71. If only the love I hope to imbue into condolence could more than pictures paint in your mind's morning eye. If future dew delights, dimmed as long-cherished candles grow faint, begot more solace in proximity to loss, then there might be something to say, worth more welcome comfort than empathy or any thought compassion could convey. If words sufficed to sponge up all the pain that has transfixed human lives and change it to relief, then language art would attain the power to heal heartache in one visit. No tragic fortune to be sorrow charmed if trifles can cast spells called death disarmed. I like that one. I think that one was geared towards offering somebody some solace who's dealing with somebody who's very sick or maybe not got much time left. So anyway, maybe we've gotten to 10 minutes. We have gotten to 12. Ugh, I tried. I tried. All right, let's do a sound bowl and then we're gonna call it. Yeah. So whatever, if you're watching this, whatever happened today, whatever if you're feeling this sorrow in the world right now too, or if you're feeling like I am also the joy. I'm celebrating someone's life today. Someone means a lot to me. Been frightened for a while explaining, telling how much, because it's a little freaky sometimes, but whatever you're feeling, whatever you're thinking, it's good to take a break from it. All the, wah, 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 just this like turntable up here spinning at high speed, all these thoughts all the time, just going back and forth and back and forth. It's very healthy to take a break from it, guys. So just like I encouraged you, it might have been last night, or it was maybe the Wasteland was the night before. But it might have been last night. I'd have encouraged just come back to what you're feeling right here. If you breathe with your mouth closed, if you're congested, keep your mouth slightly open. But whatever sensation you feel right here, the touch of the air as it passes through the entrances of the nostrils. And just staying with that, if you're wondering, is a kind of meditation. It's breath-centric meditation. The meditation I practice, for the record, I'm not qualified to teach, and I wouldn't try. I would not try, because one can do more harm than good. But this is very simple, and this I'm confident I can share this with people. This breath-centric meditation. It's sort of like an introductory class, kind of. But it's cool, and it's not like, I think I might have said, mentioned there's some celebrities out there that have been, bringing this to people's lives, and I might have said helping people with it. Well, it's not that, it's a wrong idea to say anyone needs this. It's not that anyone needs to do it. It's that you would like doing it if you worked on it. You would. I almost guarantee you would like it. I really like it. And when I first tried to do it, I was about 22, I think, when I first tried to do it. A friend of mine, and it would be cool if he watched this. I don't know if he will, but it's the guy who gave me my first journal, actually, like in college, and said, I think you need to be writing. Namaste to you, brother. I miss him. I haven't talked to him in a long time. That was important that he did that for me. Major impact on my life. But he took me to a meditation class when I was about 22. And I remember sitting there, and I had like some wooden stool, like I was sitting like with my, knees folded, kind of like, in upright child's pose. And I couldn't do it. And it was like, I was so frustrated by it. I was just like, I just can't, like, this is so frustrating. It's not for me. And then when I was 25, someone had told me about going on a retreat for 10 days. And for whatever reason, I was really upset. I think because I had found out about some serious corruption in my, job in the fashion industry. I had like a career job, Upper East Side, Madison Avenue, world flagship store of a premier American fashion designer I won't name, because I was basically given the job by the person whose name is on all the products and all the clothes. And he and I are cool, and I would never want to tarnish his legacy. I have an incredible amount of respect for that man, but there were flies in the ointment, and I was being paid less because I'm heterosexual, basically. Like, found that out. That this district manager scumbag was paying people based on how pretty he thought they were, more or less, paying them more than people had been at that store for like over a decade, who had families and children. And I was so hot-blooded at 25 that I went and got a hot lather shave one morning, and I went and bought 2 things on my employee discount, and then I quit. And I didn't even know back then I was being groomed for upper executive leadership, probably. Because once I was promoted, I had to, from a lower level store downtown, I had to have 7 interviews with like corporate underbosses. I didn't understand the political implications of that like big man had signed off on me, and I was like basically untouchable. So it's all right, but I was so mad. Anyway, I finally decided to go and practice and try for 10 days, and just like the person who brought this technique out of its place where it was preserved for many centuries in nowadays called Myanmar, country of Myanmar. This man from India tried this to help with his migraines. I think this is in the 1950s, and he almost ran away. Somebody came out and talked him back into it, just like someone came out and talked me into going back inside. I had run outside to get my journal, which you're not allowed to write, but I was like, it was like my therapy at that time, and I was like, I just need to write, and this person from New York was there and even gave me a hug, even though you're not supposed to have physical contact. And so if that's you sit and try to just be with your breath, then understand that people who really realize how awesome it is, like me and like this old Indian fellow who's passed away now, we're there too. We're totally not different from you, not a different breed, not like built differently. It's natural, because this thing up here does not like to, start to be trained. It's used to just running amok all the time and thinking, and then we're like a mess all of a sudden. We take our bodies to the gym, train our bodies so they work well and look a certain way and sustain us for a long life. In Western culture, we don't take this to the gym. And that's all meditation is the gym for this thing. So let's come back to the breath, guys. This Article 5 convention is going to take a miracle. It's going to be, it seems impossible, but I think it's going to happen anyway. I'm going to work on it. When and if I have greater means, I will work on it. I will do what I can to keep pushing for this. Maybe even I'd be a good candidate for one of the delegates from each state to finally meet and come together. You know, I would like to put my hat in the ring for that. I definitely do not want to go into politics, but insofar as that, I would be proud to do that, help with that. We need that badly right now. So anyway, come back to everything's okay. It's all fine. It's all going to be all right. If we are not practiced at relaxation, then sometimes it takes effort to relax. But there is nothing wrong in this moment. There is so much beauty in the world. There is kindness in your neighbor's eye, even if not every single neighbor. We do not have to look too hard to find it. Come back. Come back. Come back to reality. And as Alan Watts said, reality is I think this does work a little bit better since I cleaned it. Maybe. It's probably not my ears since I was very close to the stage at an EDM concert on Friday for like 7 hours. So anyway, peace be with you, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 32. Okay, come on, technology. Oh, that's 22 minutes. Oh well, it's all right. Good night, good night. America the beautiful, the once and future. It shall be so again.